Alright, the control for the blend door motor is right here, just on the outer edge of the center console kick pan on the passenger side compartment. And it's pretty easy to get to from the looks of it. The wiring harness is right up here. I'm thinking we'll wait and take that off after we remove the actual motor itself, which is right up there. Looks like there's 1, 2 screws holding that up into place, and those look like 8mm. So let's get our tools and get started, shall we? And there we go. It was 2 screws that held it on. This other one over on the far side is actually just a retainer tab that goes over a little plastic nub. So here it is. It's exactly the same as what we have now. And the only thing else we got to do to get out of there is to remove the clip in the end. And this is one of those double clips. It has the red safety tang on it that has to be either pushed down or pulled out. You never know how these things work. And once that's removed, then you're able to push down on the locking tab and remove the whole thing. I'm thinking this one, usually they either slide left or right or they pull outward. So I'm going to have to get closer with my bifocals here, get a look at that and see how that one works. And we'll see in a second. All right, we got it. It actually pulls outward. Or lifts up. If we're holding it down like this, you want to move it so the red goes up toward the wires. Once you do that, you can press on that little tab like I just did. Right there, the little black tab. Once the red one's up, you press on the little black one, and the control module will fall right. It's not really a control module, it's a little DC motor that varies the amount that the blend door opens and closes. And we're going to hope that this new one fixes the problem. But I don't know, because, you know, the door, if it's not closing tight, I just don't know. But let's have a look and see what we got here. We got the brand new one I just got, delivered 36 hours after I ordered it on Amazon.com. New, sealed in a box, right here. And it was, I think, $15.97 on Amazon. A generic part, made in China. Like most of the other parts. This original one was probably made in China or who knows where as well. It does feel a hair heavier and a little bit more substantial than the replacement part. Yeah, it looks like it's the genuine original Ford Motorcraft part from what I can see. It is. Yes, it is the original Ford Motorcraft part. But you know, it's a simple part, easy to change. I don't feel bad about using a non-Ford part on something like this because I saved a ton of money on it, and it'll either work or it won't. If it doesn't work, it's not that much trouble to take it out again, send it back to Amazon, and, you know, have our situation resolved. And I'm thinking there is something wrong with the new one, because if you look at the old one real close, let me get my flashlight on it, you can see a lineup mark there, which is supposed to line up with the gap in the teeth here. This has teeth all the way around it except for one spot where there's a gap, which is right here. And the teeth, the gap in the teeth does not line up with that arrow there like it's supposed to. Let's see, it's hard to see. There's an arrow right there. And it's supposed to line up with the gap in the teeth, but it's quite a bit off. And if you look at the new one that just came, the gap in the teeth lines up perfectly with the arrow. So I'm guessing this is what my problem is, that this motor here is probably not closing the blend door all the way to shut off the heat, which is making me uncomfortable in the car because the air conditioning is not able to work efficiently because we're getting heat blowing through the system too. We're going to bolt this up there and we're going to see if that solves our problem. I certainly hope it does, because even though it's fall time, I like the air conditioner to be working nice and crisp. Let's see what happens, shall we? The installation is pretty much just the reverse of the removal. We're going to start with the wire connector. We're going to slide that into the hole here. Alright, sadly I could not do it one-handed, so we slide until it clicks, and we take our thumb and put it on that red bar and press downward till that snaps into place. Now it's locked into place and can't accidentally come out. And We remember that this faces upward when it goes in. The white motor, that's the actual arm connected to the motor that turns the door in here. And we're hoping that it's in the right location. Oops. So when we put this, you hear the door. Here's the door opening and closing. So the door is working just fine. I'm going to turn it all the way back to closed. And we're hoping that this is in the closed position too when we slide it up into place. So it all lines up like it should. I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Well, there we go. The new blend door motor is firmly in place. You can see it right up in there. You can see the wires going to it. Right there, and there it is. Right there. There, see it? I just turned the key on, and I turned the climate control on. The fan's on low, so you can't hear it running too much, but if you turn the temperature up and down, listen, see if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but as I turn the temperature up and down, you can hear it moving in there. So I'm thinking we've got it working right again. Now also you can see a little tip here. Makes it a whole lot easier to get to that back screw if you pull the fuse box cover out. You can shine a light through there. If you have small hands, you can actually reach through there and hold on to your tool. Makes it a whole lot easier. I found that out the hard way. It wasn't really hard, but I should do it first, so it would have saved me a little bit of time. But there you go. All done. New blend door motor. You can do it yourself. Save some money. If you're not getting heat when you're supposed to, or if you're getting heat when you're not supposed to, or if you hear a weird clicking sound that continues while you're driving or when you're starting up or shutting off your car. Sometimes even after you shut off the car, you'll hear a rapid clicking now. Fairly loud, like a plastic stripping sound. That's usually your blend door motor has failed. And if it's on the passenger side, it's a little bit more difficult to release and change because you have to remove the airbag and passenger side console cover, and there's a hole right behind this. You can work through here to get, which isn't hard, it just takes a little bit of time and effort, and you could do that too. If I ever have to do that, I'll do a video about that too. Hopefully I won't though. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.